Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another re-recording of intro we just did because I noticed that the audio was shitty.
I'm glad you noticed.
And now audio looks great now.
Man, we had some really, probably the funniest stuff we've ever said on the show ever.
It's some personal details that I'm embarrassed to say. I'm glad we didn't get that out there.
Now you've got a good excuse to never, you're like, okay, never say that again. All right. I was really worried that was going to get out.
I'm glad. I'm glad you know how I feel about all the races.
Yeah.
Dave,
Right.
But I can't say that stuff again.
Now, can you forward me the prioritized list of races that you created that you talked about
very meticulously, and it's an exhaustive amount of research.
Tyler's Race Wars doc.
It was my take on wacky races. Only it was all the.
I'm glad we started over. That was funnier than anything we said earlier.
So this week, we talked about last week, home improvement.
Yeah, we mentioned that.
I'd asked for it several times.
Bunches of times.
It's a piece of shit.
It is one of those games.
Total piece of shit.
It is one of those games where I got to the point where I was almost afraid to ask you what game we should do because it was like I knew you were gonna say a game and then home improvement.
Yep.
It was gonna be like you're gonna give me an option.
I gotta cushion it so you're just because we've made so many Tim Allen goofs, and I know this would be some people have asked about it before.
No, they haven't. No,
I thought somebody had. I really thought somebody had you guys talked about Tim Allen so much. There's a home improvement game.
Okay.
It's probably happened at some point in time.
Probably not.
Yeah.
That's okay, though. We're going to talk about the game. You don't have to trick me. I've already committed.
So before we get to all the home improvement,
let's re-intro.
Power tool. Yeah, I have to do all that again.
I'll pretend like I haven't drunk this before. Drunk.
Power. What was it? Power. Home improvement power tool.
Pursuit. Exclamation mark.
Yeah.
In case you need clarification.
Yeah.
In case Google's like, I don't know what you're talking about when you type in home improvement SNES.
So I got something for us to try because I was telling Dave before in the first intro.
What is it?
I know. That the trend in alcohol has kind of now moved over to hard sodas. So the first being, if you've heard of not your father's root beer, not your dad's root beer, not your dad's ginger ale.
Not my daddy's. My daddy's drink.
Not your daddy's scotch.
Actually, for a lot of people, this probably is their daddy's drink.
So I saw in a local liquor store, we had Henry's hard soda. So I picked up a 6-pack. That night I drank the 5 and I saved the 1 for us to try on here.
Awesome.
It's 4.2. I drained all 4 or all 5 pretty quickly. Didn't feel a thing.
Really?
Yeah. Also, it's hard for me, it's got to be pure grain, a decent amount of pure grain in a short amount of time for me to feel anything.
Someone took a shot somewhere.
Yeah. And even then, I get over it quickly.
Yeah.
So.
That's your mutant ability.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I know I think I've said it before. It's part of that, redheaded genetics.
Really?
Any kind of drug we have a tolerance to. That's why
you like dwarves.
Yeah, it's true. It's why it's hard. That's why the Irish are the dwarves. That's why they all have the Scottish accents and Irish accents.
I think I read that in the Magna Carta.
The Magna Carta was established the Earth parallel for dwarves.
Britain Race Wars doc.
But Henry's hard soda, I picked up the orange for us to try.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did orange. I like orange soda. I like the I think it's Jones that makes the orange cream soda.
I originally had a Keenan and Kel goof there when you said orange soda. I don't want to go over it again.
It's okay.
It feels like doing an Austin Powers joke. I don't want to do it. But this isn't bad. Like, it's hard for me to drink any orange soda after having Fanta orange soda because, like, it's so strongly orange.
Liquid Nazi gold, you mean?
It's that Nazi orange.
Right.
So, like, anything else, like, after I have, like, a Sunkiss, it just tastes bland to me. So this tastes, like, vaguely orange, but...
Kind of like Trump.
Yeah.
Vaguely orange.
Vaguely orange. But you can hardly taste the alcohol. If there's any in there, I don't know. What the fuck knows?
It's good. Did you pick it up because it's called Henry's? I mean,
I was going there to buy a hard soda.
Okay.
And that's the brand that they had.
I thought maybe you
So it's
saw
convenient.
it and you thought of my sweet baby boy.
Well, that movie Hardcore Henry makes me think of your sweet baby boy. So I want you to buy all the movie posters and stuff like that from that movie to put in his room.
How bad would that piss my wife off? That would be awesome. She'd actually probably be on board. She's pretty cool. Maybe not. Maybe we're not the best parents.
She's pretty cool with exposing him to like obscene amounts of violence.
The
early.
worst kind of violence. I saw that trailer and it was like, we were talking about this before we started recording. Like I saw that trailer and I wasn't on board at all. Like when it first started, I was like, what is this bullshit? And then the music kicked in and it was like, all of a sudden it was like,
This looks amazing.
Yeah, this is cool. And then there's a scene where like, he like jumps down the escalator, like hits that woman, and I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy!"
like big boot her face into the escalator, and he like stops to see if she's okay, and then keeps going.
It reminded me of like before the title came up, Hardcore Henry, or that's what it is, right? Henry Hardcore, or something like that.
Hardcore Henry.
Before that came up, I was like, "Is this a fucking Hotline Miami movie?"
Man, if you were to do a Hotline Miami movie, that's the fucking style to do it.
Because that's what it seemed like with like the music and like all of like the extreme violence.
Yeah. Because like if you do that to your son, he will grow up to be a professional wrestler. He will be a hardcore, like goes into like the razor cage matches in Japan. Hardcore wrestling.
All right. I mean, we have wrestling connections.
It's how Mick Foley started.
We can make this happen.
That's true. we have a direct step to Leva, and then from Leva, a direct step to Mick Foley, and then from there, Vince McMahon. We can make it happen.
I can groom him to do that. I don't know anything about it, but I can hire somebody to groom him.
We just do like some. I mean, not like bad physical abuse now, but just like toughen him up. So
I'm out. You just broke my heart.
You appreciate it later.
No, I don't even know I can record that. I'm super sad.
Fine, I guess show him cartoons and feed him. If you want a productive member of society and not someone who gets concussions for a living.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm still his dad. I wouldn't. He's got a pretty far shot at being productive.
Nikki's genes could kick in.
Yeah, maybe you're right. She is industrious.
Just the Deadpool him, so Nikki's genes come through, and he's able to like build shit and knows what's going on.
All right. Well, you know how Nikki, Henry, you know how your mom does not have Wolverine's healing factor? But she does have like some really productive tendencies. So I've extracted her genes.
She's very organized.
Which you should have already, but I don't know. We're going to give you a double dose. We're going to double down on the productive genes.
Oh, you're going to be the best manager. Your managerial skills through the roof.
Yeah. Whew.
All right, let's see. And I also, before I talked about the wearing the holes in my cheeks from eating all of Chandra's lemon,
All our lemon balls.
the lemon ball candy, it's double strength warhead, I would say. It doesn't last as long, but
How do you do with sour stuff? I never really, I know because like spicy is a big thing for both of us.
yeah, I like sour.
Yeah.
Like that's why I ate so many of those. It started to break down the flesh in my cheeks. Not just a little facial flesh damage. Not a big deal. These are good.
Look, Tyler, all of our tissue's decaying. We can't stop it.
We're all dying.
Yeah, we might as well enjoy some lemon balls from time to time.
And then my last part I was going to, and I'm going to ask you this question, intentionally being as obtuse as possible.
Yes.
Because I want to try get an unbiased response.
Okay, this is where you want to check the waveform because this is where
we're good.
we bombed last time.
We're good now. Right about the 10-minute mark, so about the same thing.
All right. Totally different goofs too. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's like there's not even a script.
We're in sync, Tyler. Our cycles, we're together.
So say you're playing a video game.
Okay, any video game?
Yeah, pretty much any video game.
All right.
And as you're playing, like, so you're playing as like a main character who has an identity.
Okay.
And as you're playing through the game, you find a collectible icon of, say, that character's face.
Okay.
What would that generally denote?
An extra life.
So is that what you always call it?
No, sometimes I call it a 1-up.
What do you think? What is your preferred? Like, what's your gut reaction to what you call that?
Oh man, that's a good question. See, I've thought about it too much already. Like, it's one of those things. Like I
You
totally,
said extra man. If I'd given you like a little more like a platformer, or said in Mario, I feel like you would
Mario been 1-up for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I've told you the story of when the second grader convinced me that 1-up was a bad word, right? Yeah. That might have been the point in my life where I started calling it an extra life, because I was a very good boy and wanted to make sure that I grew up saying very nice things.
Yeah, Cliff, you still do.
I would
People
say
pay you for the very good things that you say.
across the board, I would say extra life.
Okay.
But you're right. If it's like a Mario game or even like a retro arcade game, I think I'd say 1-up.
Because we talked about sodas before. Like, if people call it, because usually around here, no matter what it is, it's Coke. Coke is pop or soda, and then
Sure.
whatever you call it across the board. I wonder if
Sprite.
what you call that Sprite, what you call it changes by area.
Right. I
So
love
1-up, extra life, extra man, extra guy, tons of stuff you could call it. So what people will call it, I guess, I wonder if it's flavored by what kind of games you play.
This is interesting.
But
Like, is this just like, did you find something on the internet about this?
I was
or-
listening to a YouTube show where they were like, what do you call it? Oh, I call it an extra man. Oh, I call it an extra guy. I guess it's a Jersey thing. So
Interesting.
that made me think about, okay, I wonder if it's a more broad thing.
I was about to say that it might not be geographically limiting because of, gaming culture and internet kind of coincide heavily. But I don't really even think that, modern games typically don't even have lives. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like you just go back to a save point. Lives, don't matter. That's very much like I feel like an 80s and 90s thing.
Yeah.
So maybe it is kind of geographic kind of deal. I'm really interested in that. That's a very good question.
So I feel like I generally always say 1-up. I feel like I say 1-up for just about everything.
Yeah.
Although I'd probably say I would say extra man before I would say extra life.
Extra man never
I'm
really
I'm
clicked with me.
sexist like that. I'm incredibly sexist.
Well, yeah. Well, we all know that.
So what do you call it? Let us know. But on the Facebook post for this episode, let us know what you say.
Yeah, I like that. And then give us your address
Yep.
so that we can map it.
We need,
So we need your street address and the last 4 digits of your social.
We think the TADPOG audience that listen to this is probably a pretty good sample size for the United States.
Oh yeah, of course so. Of course so.
Unbiased, probably good. This is some good shit.
This is not a joke. You should make a Reddit post about this.
Ask Reddit or
dude,
gaming.
I'm serious. You should. And then ask what they just. It's a real simple thing. Ask what they call it, and then ask what state they're from. Just as simple as that. And then we really could map it. This could be a really cool thing. No joke.
Sam, let's do this.
Oh, this is right up. Does Sam listen still?
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
I haven't heard from him in a while. I hope so.
But this is right up Sam's alley. This is like a data is beautiful kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if he's not, then Nicole. And
Yes.
she's probably not listening either.
No,
but
no.
still.
Oh, we know she's not.
Well, we'll bring it up to her, and then she'll be interested.
Not once has she brought up her aching box to me. So
Nope.
That's an indicator that she's not listening.
That's all I got.
What's up, Internet? I am Dave. I am your bespectacled host. And Tyler, I'd like to start with a question for you. Couple questions. First question. Were you a big Home Improvement watcher when you were younger, when it was fresh and new?
Yeah.
Did you ever stop and wonder,
I wear flannel a lot because of Al Borland.
oh,
No.
No.
I
Damn.
wore flannel a lot because my dad owned it.
God,
So
and I could even picture you as like a middle schooler with a beard and like everything.
I wore a lot of flannel in middle school.
Dude,
I really did.
Everyone wore a lot of flannel in middle school.
I did just because my dad, like, he just had so much flannel, so many flannel shirts. And that episode of Full House where like DJ half tucks her shirt in because of the security tag and leaves the other half hanging out. I saw that. I thought it looked awesome, so I would wear my flannel shirts half tucked in and half tucked out.
Oh, don't worry, guys. No, I'm fine. I'm DJ. I'm shoplifting. Yeah. It's cool.
I had that and my corduroy suit. Like, I was just slang poon.
Yeah. Oh,
Slang
God, yeah.
poon.
Well, it was perfect for like
Crushing guts with my flannel shirts.
That's a good. Look, that's the perfect time to wear flannel. Like you were born in the right time to inherit the dad's flannel.
Yeah.
You're just a grunge, man. You were just a grunge kid.
Yeah. Can't know the difference between Nirvana and Hanson, but yeah. I'm a grunge kid.
Did you ever stop and wonder if I were a character on Home Improvement, which character would I be?
Randy Taylor.
Do you want to find out if you're right?
Yeah.
Tyler, I have a quiz pulled up.
Good.
It's entitled, Which Home Improvement Character Are You?
Perfect.
This is a quiz on brainfall.com.
Sounds quality.
There are 10 questions.
Sounds like English. Brain fall. Where does it go? Your brain falls.
There are 10 questions. There's some lovely stock art here. It's not even pulled from the show. It's just an isolated shot of a woman with a power drill that does not have a bit in it.
It's a vibrator.
A power drill brand vibrator. So first question, Tyler. How handy would you consider yourself? Are you a jack of all trades?
Nope.
You don't always do things right, but you will always try. You'd rather hire someone else to fix things, or I don't fix things, I just replace them.
What was the third one again?
I'd rather hire someone else.
I guess I'm more like the second one then.
So the second one is I don't always do things right, but I will always try.
Yeah, I guess that's probably most accurate.
Okay.
I don't like to hire anybody because that shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, I would try to figure. Now with YouTube, I would try to figure it out.
Okay.
Is there a call your dad option? Because there should have been.
There's not a call your dad, but that does sound very Randy. That does sound like very Randy. Let's see. I am going to play along with you. I'm going to go with I'd rather hire someone to fix the things. But my real answer would be ask my wife to do it because she likes to do those things, and I hate to do those things.
Yeah, me too.
Tyler, question 2.
Yes.
You've just walked into a friend's house when you noticed that their door doesn't close like it should. What do you do?
Shut the door harder so it just goes in and clicks into place.
All right, that's not an option. So I'm going to give you the multiple choice, and you can tell me which one you feel like fits the best.
Okay.
You find some tools and get to work fixing
No.
it. You suggest a higher quality door that would work better.
No.
You jimmy rig a contraption that will keep the door aligned.
No.
You wouldn't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
That one.
I am also going to say not a big deal.
Jimmy rig.
We all know. Yeah. That's one of those
Jury
things.
rig is the acceptable term.
Exactly. Tyler, question 3 of 10. You fall off the stage while performing in a play. What is your next move? Console yourself by calling Kelsey Grammer. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The first one is actually hop right back up. The show must go on. Or do you break character and make a joke about your fall? Or do you run and hide for the rest of the show? Or do you head to the hospital?
Break character and make a joke.
I am going to say that as well. I might question why I'm in a play. Because it's like, here's the thing. If I'm in a play, I do not feel like it's a big deal to break character because I'm not doing a good job. Like, no one is believing what's going on. And in fact, they'll get to a point where it's like, oh, this is an elaborate thing so we could tell a joke.
You're going to kill our chances for the TADPOG Broadway show. Don't say that.
How awesome would that be? That'd be pretty sweet. All right, Tyler. Question 4. You plan to make a birdhouse. What is your tool of choice? I'm glad that they included my answer right off the bat. All right.
A birdhouse maker. Use that one.
First one, chainsaw,
Okay.
tape measure, hammer, or a pre-made kit that I assemble.
A pre-made kit that I assemble.
I'm going to say that as well. The photograph is deceiving because it is a photograph of an assembled birdhouse. So I thought the answer was going to be just buy a birdhouse, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's probably that is what I would do.
or why buy a birdhouse?
I have made a birdhouse before though.
Really? Out of popsicle sticks?
Not legitimate wood in shop class. I had to make one.
Look at you.
Back when I had shop class in middle school.
Look at you. I made one out of popsicle sticks when I was a kid. No, the birds did not like that.
I also made a cabinet that was about 3 inches deep. Couldn't really put anything in there.
Yeah, you bottomed that one out. You can't put an Indian in there. Question 5, Tyler. You get hired to do a job that you've always wanted to do. Fluffer. But when you get the offer, you find that it doesn't pay well. What do? You take the job. It's worth the low pay. Or you laugh uncontrollably. That salary must be a joke. You demand more money. Or do you turn the job down?
Man, that's hard to say. I guess I'd probably take it and take the low pay and then just continue to look and just see how it works out.
I think we're going to have very similar results to this because I think we've had one different response. That's mine as well.
Like demand more money is sort of close. Like I would try to find out how much I could get, but
because it's like, I look at it this way. If it's something that I love, like for example, if you and I could do this show and like I didn't have to worry about anything else, but like I could barely make things work just doing this show, I would totally just do this show.
Yeah. That would be pretty good.
So if you want to make our dreams come true, go to patreon.com/TADPOG. All right, there's my plug. We're done. Question 6, Tyler. You walk into the set of a cooking show. I'm going to say it's Good Eats. I mean, it's in the past.
Okay.
You got in your time machine. What role are you playing? Are you asked to cook on the show? Or are you asked to be a model for the show? Or are you asked to sit in the audience? They're like, excuse me, sir. Please take your seat. If you could please get away from all the things on the stage and just sit here. It seems as if you're very confused. Or would you? Do you have a ticket? Would you be asked to leave before you ruin something?
I'm probably the model of the show.
You're the model.
No,
for the show.
I'm cooking. I'm cooking on the show. It makes sense for my profession.
It could go either way. All right, we're gonna diverge. I'm gonna go with I'm asked to leave before I ruin something. They're not even gonna ask me to be in the audience. All right, question number 7. Tyler, you are standing in a soundproof booth with a chance to say anything about your boss. What do you say? Do you say, or shit, this is not worded well. Do you shout profanities in frustration? Do you act like you're talking but don't really say anything? That one does not make sense. Do you say nice things about your boss? Or do you not trust that the booth is really soundproof, so you're silent?
Yeah, that one.
Me too.
Why? I mean, if I'm in a soundproof, the whole premise is just like, okay, that's a fucked up thing to like. No, you're not gonna. I don't.
Come on, it's Soundproof Booth Tuesdays, Tyler. You know the truth.
Get in there and just like tell all your secrets.
Yeah, just say whatever you want.
Yell what you masturbate to into the ether. It's fine. No one can hear you. It'll be cathartic.
We should do a podcast that is based around that. We just trick people into saying the worst things.
Because what was that? Oh, maybe was it Radiolab that the people who it was the precursor to the hidden camera show was hidden audio show.
Yeah.
And people, if they thought they were being recorded, would never say anything. So they had to hide the microphones. Otherwise, people just wouldn't participate, no matter what.
I think I heard something about that. I think it was on Cracked.
Was it on Cracked?
Well, I'm not sure if if this is the same thing you're thinking, because they were talking about the TV show and how people would get irate until they learned that they needed to say "smile, you're on candid camera."
Yeah.
because they wouldn't tell people that it was a joke or that they
wouldn't
were on
see-
TV or anything.
Yeah, there was no like things are okay moment. So people just kind of that anticipation or that anger just kind of held. So yeah.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
question 8. Man, the people who ate quizzes. Phew.
Sorry, Fish Lips Jay.
Yeah. Sorry, Fish Lips Jay. Look, we don't have much to say about home improvement. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. Tyler, question 8. You are asked by a friend for life advice. How do you respond? You tell a joke that relates to the situation. You discuss the philosophy of the problem. You give a big hug and empathize with them. Or you tell it as it is and give a direct solution.
Big hug and empathize.
This is tough for me because they do not include an avoid the situation answer.
Recommend they find another person to talk to.
Look, this isn't really my human connection. Isn't really my thing.
You give great referrals, though. Great referrals.
So I am going to say, discuss the philosophy of the problem. All right. Question number 9, Tyler. It is the biggest game of the year, and your anniversary is on the same day. I'm assuming this is a sports game. I got confused because it's like, it's the biggest game of the year. Do they mean
game?
What
Like,
is 2016's game of the year?
Is that the final like of a D&D game?
Tyler, what is your plan? Will you secretly listen to the game during your outing? Will you record the game and have a romantic night? Will you forget the game in preparation for your night out? Or you wouldn't care about the game in the first place?
I wouldn't care about the game in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my answer too. We're both going to be Jill. All right, Tyler.
I would also,
Well,
forgetting in preparation would probably also be acceptable.
do you want me to go back?
Nah, it's okay.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
final question. You
What character do you think you are? hate it when that shit happens.
We're good. We're good. I have a feeling because there's just a stock photograph of steak. What kind of steak would you say you are? Wouldn't that be the best quiz?
That would be good. Yep.
Tyler, you've just finished a large steak dinner. Which home improvement character do you think you are? What do you do next? Do you sit back and give praises to the chef? Do you give a big grunt or belch in appreciation? Do you wash the dishes? Or is it time for dessert?
Time for dessert.
Time for dessert. I'm going to go with give a big grunt or belch in appreciation. All right, we're analyzing responses. Tyler, do you have a guess? Which home improvement character are you?
Al Borland.
Tyler, you are Al Borland. Daring stunts aren't your thing, Tyler. But you are smart and skilled in many areas of life. You like things to be done right the first time, and you believe that there are no shortcuts when it comes to quality. Tyler, would you like to guess who I am?
Tim.
Tyler, I'm taking the tool. I am Jill Taylor.
Oh.
Looking out for others is something you excel at. I don't think this is right. You have the unique ability to give direct advice and guide others, but you also stand up for yourself when needed. So short, so like not even a thing. They're like, hey, you do not have a personality, so you're Jill.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I feel like that was good. We learned things about each other.
True.
We learned that quiz is bullshit.
Yep. All right, so home improvement.
Home improvement, power tool pursuit. Exclamation mark.
Is fucking terrible.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yep.
Find us on iTunes and Stitcher.
Got some calls?
This game sucks really bad.
Yep.
This is worse than Bebe's Kids. I know you're probably saving that question for later on, but I just want to throw that out there. I would, any day of the fucking week, rather play Bebe's Kids than Home Improvement.
Yep.
Power Tool Pursuit. This game is the worst. This game is the worst game. It's the worst game.
I don't think it's worse than Cool World.
I do think that it
Yeah.
is worse than Cool World. Well, here's the thing. It looks okay. I thought it looked fine.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, the characters actually look like the characters, and the backgrounds and the sprite animations are all, I mean, they all look fine. But the gameplay is atrocious.
Oh, yeah.
It is the worst.
Well, you pulled up your iPads that made me remember. You hear that, Dave?
I do hear that.
It's everybody failing to do a proper Tim Allen impression.
I think we did pretty good.
I mean, made to us.
Give me your best Jill.
The best Jill.
Yeah, give me your best Jill.
Stern look.
Oh, well, maybe they got me. Maybe that's right. Maybe I am Jill. Give me your best Al Borland.
Exasperated look.
All right.
Sick of your shit look.
I would love. Wouldn't it be great if like that's how they ended Home Improvement? Is Al Borland just snapping? I'm sick of your shit, dude. Like he rips his shirt off and pulls out a machete,
Yeah.
and they have to trank him.
It could have ended in him just murdering Tim. It would have been completely acceptable.
And then you find out he and Wilson were the same person.
Or Wilson like serial like BTK style kills the entire family.
Oh, if there was a serial killer on that show, it would be Wilson.
Yep.
You know what? They really never let go of that joke, did they?
I feel like maybe in the last episode
They show his face.
Or they showed his face like really early on before they realized they could make it a running gag.
How long did that show go for? Do you know?
I don't know.
I'm gonna find out right now. Well, actually, in a moment, I'm gonna find out.
Well, while you read it, I'll find out.
Okay, guys, that's right. The grunting train, known as Tim the Tool Man train engine, ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Home Improvement, Power Tool Pursuit is a 2D action platformer video game for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I love this. Very loosely based on the sitcom Home Improvement.
1991 through 1999.
Damn. 99 it ended.
Yep.
Wow. That went on for a long time. Tyler, a version for the Sega Genesis was reported but never released.
Yep. It got fucking shot down.
I didn't know that. And that's it. They have plot and gameplay and reception. Ooh, let me read reception. Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like the sound of this. I'm losing all my faith in Scary Larry. GamePro gave Home Improvement Power Tool Pursuit a mixed review, calling it like Pitfall with power tools.
What?
I know.
In that the first part's in a jungle.
Yeah.
I guess that's like Pitfall. You're a guy in a
Shame.
jungle. It's like Pitfall.
Shame on you, GamePro, for comparing Home Improvement to Pitfall.
Like Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider. It's like Pitfall.
Goodness. They commented that the game plays well and is easy to pick up on. Fuck
Nope.
you, GamePro.
Man, that is
what
absolutely
the fuck?
They were fucking paid to say that.
Has solid graphics. Okay, I agree with that. And features mediocre music. All right. Okay, sure. And concluded that it would be fun for side-scrolling fans and enthusiasts of the TV show, but is not challenging enough for hardcore gamers. Fuck you, GamePro. I regret ever purchasing any of your magazines.
Not
We're done.
Not hard enough for masochists.
We are done, GamePro.
Fuck, that's bad. Because they're clearly full of shit.
Okay, can we address some of these things?
Yep.
This is a good jumping off point, I feel like. Okay, so the game plays well. No, it doesn't.
The controls are awful. And like the level layout is awful.
The level layout is the worst because here is the whole crux is Tim has got to find a line of Binford tools that he endorses. They're the Tim Allen power tools. I got his signature on the motherfuckers. And
Tim Taylor, Dave. Tim Taylor.
What did I say?
Tim Allen.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm breaking all.
He's not Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm breaking all the four.
Although Tim Allen as Deadpool would have been a solid choice.
I prefer Tim Allen as Green Lantern.
Man.
That would have put a whole nother dimension on that movie.
But actual Tim Allen gets a lantern.
Brightest day, darkest night. It's like they just redo the Santa Claus, but Green Lantern falls off his roof and he pulls the ring off. Oh man, someone tweet Tim Allen, please. Except for you, Micah, he's blocked you. Oh shit. Okay, right. So Tim Taylor's got a line of tools. They're stolen. They're stolen. He's got to find them. And then there's a level, and the tools are in crates that are hidden anywhere in the level. It's like it's a veritable boring ass Where's Waldo. But instead of finding a little guy with glasses and a striped hat, you find these boring ass wooden boxes.
Yep. Like I wonder if this game was something else. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's bad.
It's really bad. Did you like the intro?
Oh, the 40 pages you have to read of them just like standing on set giving dialogue.
And the boys are there. Why are they just silent? It's Tim, it's Al. They're there on the set of Tool Time. And then the three boys are just sitting there, just like bebopping around. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? They're not mentioned. It's not like it's family day here on Tool Time. It's just like they belong here.
They're only there for whenever Tim runs out of hit points. Whenever he dies, they revive him.
When he runs out of nuts, Tyler,
because it plays like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Shitty ass Sonic the Hedgehog.
Now, if you were just wondered, like, what game is? Okay, if it's not like Pitfall, what is it really? What is it most like? Sonic the Hedgehog. It's as fucked up as it sounds.
Instead of collecting rings, you collect nuts.
Of the power tool variety, or the tool variety,
right?
Not like acorns and shit,
right? Not human testicles.
It's not Jungle to Jungle that we're playing. It's Home Improvement.
And when you get hit, your nuts go flying everywhere. Yeah, I feel like that was probably intentional, right? They knew sometime 30 years later, people will be talking about nuts. They're like, this is gonna be funny
everywhere.
And then when you get hit, when you don't have any nuts, the screen goes black.
Tim
starts to faint,
diabetic shock, and then
they spray him in the face with Setzer because they're rodeo clowns. Well, I don't understand. Like the kids come out, one catches them, the other one waves a towel at them, and then the other one just fucking sprays them in the face.
That's all their personalities. You got them summed up.
Is it JTT that sprays him in the face?
Probably. I think Randy was the jokester.
He's the Peter North of the group, I've always said. If anyone was gonna give Tim,
I remember the one time I had to fan my mom. She was like making dinner. We had back when we lived in a house that had like an island kitchen, and she was
Dollar House.
It was the Dollar House. She was cutting through something, slipped, and cut deep into her palm.
Ooh.
And she can't. Blood hard on her, so she immediately nearly passes out, collapses to the floor, and I don't know what to do. She doesn't know what to tell me to do, so she just has me get a phone book, and I just sit there and fan her so she doesn't pass out, so she can try to call somebody or whatever while she holds this towel around her hand.
Did you?
I got the seltzer bottle and I sprayed her.
Yeah, got her. You yelled, "Look out, Ryan! Mom's got a knife!"
She told me she was going to kill you.
Shit.
Now put your hand in your pants and say you're playing with yourself.
Man, this is a deep cut episode. I like this.
Give me some ketchup so I can hold you down, Dinkle spit above your face.
Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Home Improvement. Okay, so next up, GamePro says. Mm-hmm. This is the one where we make fun of GamePro relentlessly for taking payola. Let's see. It's easy to pick up on.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
You don't get an instruction manual. Whenever you bought the game, it just comes with a little sticker that says Ben for Power Tools. Real men don't use instruction booklets.
Are you serious?
So it does not come with
that's
one.
That's a good joke.
It's a good joke.
Yeah,
but
that's a good joke.
But with this control and everything like that, like you need a fucking instruction booklet.
I cannot believe. Are you serious? This game. How did this game not come with an instruction manual?
Yep. Yeah.
Because no, it is not easy to pick up on at all. Because you have one button that makes Tim use all his glittering tools. Like he has a grappling hook.
Yeah.
He has a grappling hook.
I mean, I'm pretty sure every garage comes equipped. My dad's got so many grappling hooks.
It looks like Scorpion's fucking harpoon, except for when it comes out, it's all sparkly and shit. It looks like Rainbow Bright just took a dump out of his hand. It's ridiculous. And then it doesn't even hook into things.
Rainbow Bright Squirt. That's my Steam handle.
Well, that's a good name for a soda.
It looks like gasoline, and we call it Rainbow Bright Squirt.
The art on the can is just her on the can.
Nice.
There's that grade A quality. Henry's hard orange soda kicking in. So one button uses all his sparkle tools, which is the grappling hook because he's Boba Fett, like we've covered, and a sledgehammer.
Tim Allen, make a solid choice. In the next Star Wars.
You hear me, JJ?
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett's on Tim Allen's roof. And he falls off.
Picks up the Mandalorian helmet, puts it on.
This is so dumb. Oh, this is dumb as shit. Okay, so then he also has so he's got the grappling hook, he has a sledgehammer, he has a jackhammer.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know. Like, I couldn't even figure out what you're supposed to do with that.
I never saw it even used until you get to the Egyptian level.
Oh, I did not get that far.
Oh, no, neither did I.
I did not get that far.
I just skimmed over some playthroughs.
Jesus. I told you this before we started recording. I played this game I played the first stage of this game for an hour. Trying to figure out what I needed to do and what all the buttons did. Because there's also another button just does an attack. And you attack with whatever tool you've picked up. Mm-hmm. Like the first tool you pick up is a nail gun, which is horrible. Mm-hmm. It just shoots randomly, it seems like. You can't really...
Yeah, it shoots at like a weird angle.
Oh, it's the worst. You can't hit anything with it. And it's like, it became a game of, oh, great, another tool that's going to be worthless. Mm-hmm. I spent the first hour playing the stage just avoiding enemies.
Yeah.
And then I picked up this electric saw that shoots out electricity.
Yeah, that's a weapon. There's like something that throws out electricity. There's a flamethrower, the chainsaw.
Dynamite. I picked up some dynamite. And the dynamite was, I thought, actually useful, especially like getting rid of that nail gun was like the best fucking thing I ever did. Oh, and then you can upgrade your weapons somehow or your tools.
Yeah,
because I got a nail gun upgrade, which made it worse. It like the nails are bigger, but like now I have no control over. Like I can't even aim it. I just fire, and Tim like goes crazy and like starts swinging around his head. Man, if they were going to like capture the essence of Al Borland's frustration for Tim in this game. Like I felt like I was Al playing this game because it was just like,
Oh, Tim.
damn it, Tim. Tyler, the next thing that GamePro says, it has solid graphics.
Yeah.
I agree
Fine.
with that. I agree with that. I thought the backgrounds were great. I mean, the premise
The
is
dinosaurs look fine.
dinosaurs look great.
We're not joking. It's not a goof.
No, it's not a goof. Okay, when I first heard about this game and I saw like screenshots and stuff, I was like, this is really dumb. And it is still dumb, but they explain it where it's like, well, it's just the sets. The other
Going to other recording studios, what they have
Yeah.
on set.
and it's like, that's fine. But these are very elaborate sets.
Yeah, they're
like,
massive with dinosaurs that can cause you physical harm
Yeah.
just running around.
oh, yes, definitely. Like Tool Time has 1% of the studio's budget because the rest of them are going into building dinosaur killing machines. But I did think everything looked good. And that is, I think, the strongest suit that the game
I was
has.
just laughing at Boba Fett falling off. His jetpack sputters out. He's
Someone could edit that together with the scene from Jedi as he's falling into the Sarlacc pit, just like superimpose Tim's yard from Santa Claus. The game features mediocre music, says GamePro. I don't even remember the music.
It's shitty 8-bit styling of home improvement themes and shit like that.
I was really disappointed with the theme because, in the sound effects in general, because there's no Tim Allen grunt. You got it.
Too expensive.
You have to do that. You can't make a home improvement game and not like include the thing that made that show because that show was just based around Tim Allen grunting.
And made his stand-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
His stand-up's actually not bad at all.
Man, I remember seeing his stand up when the show was out, but I haven't like rewatched any of that. Or does he still perform?
He's on that Last Man Standing show. It's been on fucking forever, already. I don't think he does. No need to.
Is Last Man Standing? How is it? Have you watched
No,
it?
it's not. It's garbage.
Oh, it's awful.
It's garbage.
Oh, okay.
It's a 90s sitcom in 2016.
But not meta.
Not in a good way.
Damn it, because like that could be brilliant.
No, it's still the same. Like
Especially with Tim Allen, that could be brilliant. You just need the right writer for that.
it's backwards, sexist. Like it's still just it's awful.
Gotcha. Okay. So not brilliant in the way they do Ash,
Right. Yeah.
because he is very much like a 90s character
Yeah.
in today's time.
Yeah.
And I think they do it brilliantly.
There was a show. It only lasted one season, and I loved it when it was out. It was this show where the characters from like I Love Lucy style show somehow got sucked into the real world in the 90s, and they're trying to adapt to this culture shock because they're literal characters who have been given life in some house in the 90s. But yeah, one season. Apparently, probably wasn't very good. I was just little, and remembered it fondly.
If you get killed by a sitcom character in the 50s, you become
You become a
character in the 50s.
Oh my God, cool world.
All right, here's the next thing GamePro says about Home Improvement. It's concluded that it would be fun for side-scrolling fans and enthusiasts of the show. I can agree with the second part.
If you really, really, I mean, if you've got posters of the show up and shit like that, maybe.
I know people, or I knew people when this came out, regardless that this game is awful, they would have loved this game just because it was Home Improvement.
Yeah.
And these are like uncles, you know what I mean? Like these are like people who do not play video games, but they'd be like, "Oh, my son has a Super Nintendo and I like Home Improvement and we watch it together. So I'm going to buy this for him and we can play it together." Kind of deal. And then the kid would obviously be disappointed because this is a horrible game and a worse gift.
Yeah. No, I spent $60 on this. You better play it.
Oh man, that would be the worst.
Yeah.
To be forced to play Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Power
And that'd be like,
Pursuit.
this is an expensive game. You're not going to get another one for a while.
Being guilted into playing
Yeah.
it. Ooh. It's not challenging enough for hardcore gamers, says GamePro.
I don't think the challenge lies in it being like a challenging game. It's just poorly constructed.
It's a punishing game.
Yeah.
It's not a challenging game. So they're right in saying that, but it is a punishing game.
Yeah.
Because it does not follow. You're right. It's not well constructed. It does not follow the logic of platforming
And
games.
you
up to
can't
this
like
point.
jump around and play it quickly. You have to like take careful step by careful step from just shit coming at you and
Yeah.
trying to figure out where you're going.
Oh, and everything's a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
Everything is, and you can't.
It's
not
crafted to make it look like you can jump there.
Yeah.
But then no, you just die.
and you can't do the thing like you can in some platform games where you crouch down and you hold down and you can see down below. I tried doing that so many times because it's like I can't find all these crates, right? So it's like I got to find 5 crates, and inevitably I can only find 4 of them.
Did you know if you stand still for a little while, an arrow pops up?
I did not for like 30 minutes of the
Yeah.
game. And then when I was frustrated, I set the controller down and went to go get a drink. I came back, and then, there's a flashing arrow indicator.
Real men don't need instructions.
Yeah. So, fuck you, game, because that is some bullshit. So because I didn't know, because I was searching for things, I'm playing recklessly because it's like, well, I got to find this thing, so now I have to search everywhere. So that means dropping off of ledges because who knows, there might be a ledge down below. But usually there's not. It's just a bottomless pit. But don't worry, my 3 boys are there to catch me and spray fucking water in my face.
Because the whole game, it reminds me of Eek the Cat in that it's just like the whole game is built on like a shitty part of a game.
God,
Like,
you're so right. This is like an Eek the Cat. Like the levels are like Eek the Cat levels. They
It's
just
just-
don't make fucking sense.
and this awful premise of just finding these boxes. Like what might be in a good platformer, one level, as opposed to an entire game constructed of this one level over and over and over again. Because there are 4 stages with, 4 worlds with 4 stages in each one.
Oh, this game isn't very long.
I mean,
So it
depends.
seems. I mean, it would take me forever. Let's see. It took me an hour to finish the first stage. Oh, we're looking at like 16 hours for me to complete this shitty
Yeah.
game that I hate.
Because it goes the jungle, where at the end you fight like a dinosaur type boss.
There are bosses.
Uh-huh.
Oh man,
They're not great, but yeah. they're
What?
like it's not like a big like weird, it's not like a production, it's just like you just okay, here's a boss, all right, because you fight like a dinosaur, something out of like Joe and Mac, like this tall dinosaur. You just shoot it until it falls down, then you find the power tool and you find a giant golden nut and a giant silver nut and whatever. Then you go to Egypt, the final boss being a mummy.
Well, a studio.
Yeah, the
studio.
Egyptian
A
studio.
reconstruction.
I'm pretty sure I think you go to Egypt.
Yeah. Are they playing Egyptian metal in the background?
And then a haunted house where Dracula is the boss.
Spooky.
And then a spaceship where it's like a walking mech that is the boss. And then you're back in the studio with all your tools. Game over.
Can you answer a question for me?
I can
you
try.
know more about this game than I do. Okay, so the beginning of the stage, they show you like a blueprint of a tool.
The
or
tool
something?
the tool you get at the very end.
The very end of the game, or
No,
the
at that
stage?
level, when you beat that boss, you get that tool.
Do you actually get to use that,
No.
or is it okay?
Nope.
So it's just nothing.
You just have the same shit that you have when you start out with.
So it's nothing. It's literally nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Literally nothing.
Well, GamePro, thanks for the advice on this one.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
What did I have? Oh, I guess the way you use tools and things like that, it's like he's a shitty Inspector Gadget.
I've always said that about Tim Taylor.
He's a shitty Inspector Gadget.
You know,
He's like French Stewart, a shitty Inspector Gadget.
is that who played French Stewart?
In
Or is that who played Inspector
In
Gadget?
like the Disney sequels, Matthew Broderick.
'Cause I thought
played
it was
him in the
Matthew
movie.
Broderick, okay.
And then they had like the Disney straight to DVD
Yeah.
sequels that was French Stewart.
I hope it was like his character from Stargate.
I thought you were gonna say Third Rock from the Sun.
Well, I think Stargate's better because like he went to another world and then came back with gadgets. And the Egyptian theme, it ties in with the Home Improvement game.
It's true.
Levels, man.
French Stewart. It all goes back. He's TADPOG's constant.
How cool would it be to get him on the show?
Oh God, so good. You McElroys can get Scott Bakula. We'll get French Stewart.
I think we're winning in that. We would win. Yeah. Thanks to Phil. Thanks to Sandwich Pope Phil. I now know who Frog and Toad are. The intro to this game reminded me of Frog and Toad story. Like the way the dialogue is done. Like Tim and Alan talking to one another because Al's all like, I said Tim and Alan. What is wrong with me?
Tim and Alan.
Tim and Alan. I'm like a confused child who does not know anything about Home Improvement.
It started Pamela Anderson's career.
I know.
Yeah. She
Which
still looks good.
does she?
Yeah.
I haven't seen her recently.
Yeah. I mean, of course, everybody had a thing for Pamela Anderson, but like, she has her breasts. Those are pretty ideal. I've always really, they're still top notch.
I never really was into Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Kathy Ireland calendar though.
Okay.
I was a
Yeah, I like Kathy Ireland
guy.
too.
I don't know what she looks like now.
Probably still good.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah.
Right, you reach a certain level of income and you can just look good until you die, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you start, like if that's how you made your
Like
money, by
Christy-
looking good.
Like Christy Brinkley's like 104, and she still looks amazing.
She is Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke, his hair just went wider. That's it. Well, Dave,
Yes, Tyler.
I also have a quiz for you.
I was actually banking on there being a quiz from you.
That's how we'll bookend the home improvement with quizzes.
Excellent.
What I have for you is
I'm gonna fail this.
a 90s family sitcom quiz.
I'm gonna fail this. Look, I can't. I just said Tim and Alan. Obviously, I'm going to fail this. I've had half a Henry's Hardcore Soda, by the way, and I am pretty drunk.
This show ran from 1988 to 1995 and featured Dr. Henry Weston as a widower.
Empty Nest.
Empty Nest is correct. Number 2. This show ran 89 to 93 and featured Major John McGillis, who marries a very liberal woman with 3 girls.
Major Dad.
Major Dad is correct. This show ran 93 to 99 and was about Fran Fine taking care of the kids of a Broadway producer.
The Nanny.
Nanny is correct. This show ran 90 to 95 and featured a teen girl whose mother abandoned her family. She had a numeric BFF and often had fantasies where celebrities would give her advice.
Blossom.
Blossom is correct.
I like Blossom.
I hadn't seen a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
I like the show she's on now. I watch pretty frequently.
Yeah, I heard. What is it? I haven't seen
She's
it.
on Big Bang Theory.
Is she really?
Yeah, she is a main
Is
character.
she really?
Not as Blossom, but
Oh, how badass would that be? Do you see how excited I got? Just at the mention that like a 90s character is going to come back.
That would be awesome. Let's see. This show ran 1994 through 1999. Featured twins separated at birth and reunited 14 years later.
Whoa, 94, 99? Twins. Okay, I got this. It's Sister.
Sister is correct.
Man, I was on this I was going way back to like Patty Duke, but they were cousins. Cousins of identical nature.
Okay, this show ran from 1992 to 1997. Was about a former NBA star who ended up teaching and coaching at
Hang on,
high
Mr.
school.
Cooper.
Hey, Mr. Cooper. Is
I love that
correct.
show, man. That was my show.
I thought that would be hard. All right. This show ran 1991 through 1997 and featured 2 blended families of multiple children whose parents met and fell in love in Jamaica.
91 to 97. This sounds like the Brady Bunch.
I feel like it's a little bit of a ripoff.
91. Step by Step.
Step by Step is correct.
Day by Day.
This show ran 1993 through 1998 and featured a single mother who was also an alcoholic, who her and her 2 kids start over.
93 to 98. Alcoholic mother.
Former alcoholic.
2 kids? Mm-hmm. Damn. Oh shit. Okay. Man, I've been doing so good.
I like this show. This is a hard one.
Okay, former alcoholic mother. Did you say 93 to 98? Mm-hmm. Oh man, I don't think I can do it. 2 kids, single mother.
Mm-hmm. It was the highest rated comedy for one of its seasons.
Damn. All right. So this is I don't remember 2 kids, but the only thing I can think of, and I don't even know if she was an alcoholic. I barely remember this show. I don't think it's the right answer, but I don't have another answer to give, so I'm just going to say Sybil.
No, not Sybil. Good guess, though, because I always associated these 2 actors together. It's Grace Under Fire.
Oh, fucking Grace Under Fire. I knew that. Shame on me. Damn it.
I'm sorry, Brett Butler. Your masculine southern voice. I'm sorry.
Broken my wedding vows. My vowels? The fuck is wrong with me?
Even Nikki had wedding vows.
I will always say A. I always pronounce A with a hard A. Never
A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Grace Under Fire.
That's the funniest thing you fucking said ever, man. I love that.
Okay, this show ran 94 to 98 and featured a neurotic bookstore owner who broke new ground by coming out.
It ran when?
94 to 98.
When did Ellen come out? Because that, I guess, would be a bookstore owner. Mm-hmm. I thought she was post 90s though, and I never watched her show. But I remember there being a big deal when she came out. I don't even know what the name of her show was. That seems too early for me, but I don't have any other guess. I know it was kind of didn't Aunt Jackie come out on Roseanne? I know it's not.
I want to say that happened like maybe way later in the season.
Yeah, I think it was like near the end. I don't know. I'm going to go with Ellen's sitcom.
I'll take it. Her sitcom is named Ellen.
Okay. All right. Was that any good? Did you watch it?
I remember that happening. I watched it like a little bit.
I think she's funny, but I do not want to watch her in a sitcom scenario. Like her
stand-up's pretty good.
Yeah, I just want to see her like just being her, really.
Yeah. Like she's on like her talk show.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. This show ran 1984 through 1982.
It went back in time?
And 1984 through 1992?
92, okay.
84 to 92. And it turns out that it featured a rapist.
Oh, The Cosby Show.
Cosby Show is correct.
Oh, boy.
I remember reading an article about like there's an episode where he has this special barbecue sauce.
Yes.
That he gives to women and makes them like docile and listen to what he says and shit.
Yes.
Just Quaalude sauce. Put it on your chicken.
We when Nikki and I lived in Lexington.
Put it on your chicken, put my penis in your butt.
When Nikki and I lived in Lexington, we started watching The Cosby Show, rewatching it because it hit like Netflix. And it's like, fuck yeah, The Cosby Show. And I remember watching that episode, and she and I kind of looked at each other like, this is fucking rapey. Nah.
No. I mean, I remember seeing Hannibal Buress was the one who it happened to catch fire with, but like 30 Rock made jokes about it.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember,
so apparently it was a thing people knew about for a while.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, yeah, that people did know about it.
Yeah.
And that's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I got a few questions for you before we close things out. I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of laughs tonight. This has been great.
Yeah.
I feel like our second take, even better than our first.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong. We should record 10 minutes of every show and then trash
Just
it and start
away.
over.
Yeah, that's what I say in writing. Kill your darlings. That's what we do.
And that can be our monthly Patreon. It's just the first 10 minutes of every show we did that month. But before we close things out, I've got several questions to ask you. Thank you very much for the quiz, by the way. I loved it.
You're welcome.
The first question is, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would have to give it Richard Karn's beard, but from Family Feud.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that ain't good.
So it looks the same as Al Borland, but it's not as good.
I'm going to go on the record here and say worst host of Family Feud ever.
Yeah.
Easily.
I mean, him or the guy or Jay Peterson.
No. I'm not saying that he was great, but they're definitely at the bottom. They're both at the bottom.
Yeah. Them at the bottom, the guy who killed himself.
Right. You're talking about the guy in the Wizard of Oz, right? Hanging in the background.
Yeah. I forget his name, like the little blonde guy who was like, most of the time during my childhood, he was the host.
I don't remember him.
And then
I'm sure. Wow. Oof,
I think, as much as I love Richard
Dawson,
I think Steve Harvey's the best host show's ever had.
Man, that is tough for me because like I love both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I do honestly think that Steve Harvey's more entertaining.
Yeah,
I really do. And I think it's because of when I was born. Like I think if I were born like 10 years earlier, I'd be heavily in the Dawson camp.
Yeah.
And I still am. I still adore
my
Richard
parents
Dawson.
love Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Like they love Kendall loves it too. Like they always watch Family Feud together whenever she stays over there.
I remember that's the first television show that I watched after Henry was born because we were in the hospital room. Nikki was asleep. I turned on the television in the hospital room. The first thing that came up was Family Feud, and I just set the remote down. I was like, yep.
That'll do, TV. That'll do.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sum up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I think I've given them before, but they're accurate.
A glass full of Henry's hard soda. Really wash it down.
The Steel Inquisitor eyes. This is more, it's in a negative way. The Steel Inquisitor eyes from the Mistborn series. Because they have railroad spikes driven through their eyes to give them powers. So, but in this instance, it's just Tim has fucked up and fired his nail gun through somebody's eyes.
Oh man, wouldn't that be like a really cool like? Okay, this game would have been great as if it were done like Clock Tower and this like survival horror where like Tim is just accidentally killing people. It's like this Final Destination scenario.
You play the youngest kid.
Yeah, exactly. And then you go to the bathroom, you open the curtain, Brad's dead, and then you turn around and Tim's there with giant hedge clippers. Just click, click.
You have to give Wilson a ham or he'll eat you.
Instead of him in the prison, he's just looking over the fence.
You go up to talk to him and he just grabs you and eats you.
Guys, if this doesn't make sense to you, go listen to our Clock Tower episode.
Watch 8 seasons of Home Improvement and listen to our Clock Tower episode. Don't worry, worth it.
Do you think, this is a serious question, do you think that a Home Improvement podcast exists? Like a show that's just dedicated
strictly to Home Improvement?
They watch an episode of Home Improvement and then they record a show about it. And then they watch another one, they record a show about it.
I bet there's a 90s sitcom show where they talk about it a lot.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But one directly dedicated to it.
For.
No.
I see a niche.
Micah, you were looking for ideas for a podcast.
I was talking about for us, man. Don't give our ideas away like that. Come on, man. That'll be our new Wednesday thing.
We should do a podcast where perfect roles for Tim Allen to have fall off his roof into his lap.
That would be pretty good. Yeah. That would be pretty good.
Here's why Tim Allen would be a perfect
Power Ranger.
Drug lord on the wire. Which was his thing, apparently. Allegedly, like,
oh, right.
His thing was he was a drug dealer in Detroit, I want to say.
I think he like did time. Like, I don't think it's alleged. I think it's
like he got arrested. I think he got out of most of it because he sold everyone out. Like, absolutely sold everyone out he knew and got off. So, like, I mean, people probably joke around on Twitter, oh, I wish Tim Allen would die. Like, there are a handful of people that legitimately wish Tim Allen death.
Who is saying that on Twitter?
Trolls. Every celebrity somebody wishes would die on Twitter.
I guess that's true. That's sad. It saddens me. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a price on Amazon, if you were selling this game, how much do you think you would sell it for?
$4.99.
How much do you think it actually is on Amazon used?
I think it's $4.99, but
Okay.
it's probably a penny.
Okay,
Would probably be.
okay. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
actual retail value of home improvement, power tool pursuit used on Amazon at the time of this recording is $18.90. What?
Yeah. fuck
No,
that.
no, Can't recommend that. If I had a giant sell button, I'd be slamming it right now. If you have a copy of Home Improvement, Power Tool Pursuit, get on Amazon and sell that motherfucker right
Make
now.
yourself some money.
Like, this is one I could see. The only way that I would buy this game is if I wanted all of the Super Nintendo games.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
And I would probably pay $2 for it. That would be my upper limit. I think it's $2.
Because there's a YouTube channel. The guy's kind of ripping off Angry Video Game Nerd, but he did Home Improvement, and he ends the episode with cutting it in half with a bandsaw.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tyler, do you have any achievements for this game?
I have one.
Is it more? Why is it more power?
Shit. My achievement is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Solve for y?
That's the formula for slope. And you unlock that by sliding down 20 slopes in the game.
I forgot to mention.
Yeah, the first level, it's fucking awful because every time you come to a slope, nope, you're just sliding down that bitch. Not shit you can do. All over the place, you're just sliding down slopes backwards.
Yeah. What's funny?
Look at him sliding down that slope. He's like a regular Chevy Chase, this guy.
I have 2 achievements.
Okay.
First achievement, the power of Binford compels you. And in order to unlock the power of Binford compels you, you know how the SNES kind of has this like lever? Like, okay, it has the eject button, but it's a lever. So it's like, have you ever hit it really hard and then the cartridge just kind of pops out like a Pop-Tart? In order to unlock the power of Binford compels you, you need to exercise this fucking cartridge from your Super Nintendo by hitting it so hard that it flies over your head. That's how you unlock
pretty
it.
Good.
And my second achievement is, I don't think so, Tim. In order to unlock, I don't think so, Tim, you break your Super Nintendo while trying to unlock the power of Binford compels you. That's it. I thought that's my scripted joke. I hope you enjoyed it. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I have a segment
All right.
that I stole from Sandwich Boat Phil.
Perfect.
Way back, I believe it was on the Garmfield episode, right? Where he pulled this number on us. I don't even remember.
Yep.
It's our own show. I don't care. This is a segment that I like to call YouTube Comments Presented by Weed Zinger Stand-Up Weeding Tool with Spring Release. And in this segment, what I've done is I have gone on YouTube and I've watched playthrough videos of Home Improvement, Power Tool Pursuit. And I've read the comments there. Strangely, people were not as kind and polite in the comments as they were for, say, Skyblazer. So I've got a few here. Here's the first comment. It might be an okay game. The thing that's probably bothering everyone is that it's Home Improvement. Love that show. Maybe if it was called something else, people would have liked it better. IDK. I didn't even know it was a thing until now. Haha, so don't take my word for it. That's an example of why comment.
Yep. That'd be a downvote. Yep.
Second comment. Had I had a SNES in 1994 when I was 5, I would have most likely got this game, but I agree. What the hell is going on? It's the Tool Time Studio, but it's some sort of jungle as well. I couldn't help but read that like in my mind. As a Southern, like I couldn't help but read that as in a Southern voice.
Man, it can't be. Man, you can't mishmash that. You can't mishmash have the jungle beside. No. Tim would have chopped down those trees and turned that into wood for his building materials. Tim Allen don't abide no jungle.
Whew. Third comment. Imagine if the development people, Imagineering, who made this game, and High Tech Expressions made a side-scrolling platform game based on the Care Bears movie a year before this game in 1993. Too bad that never got made.
What?
Don't know. Someone's really upset that the Care Bears movie did not get an SNES release.
What were the Care Bear, like there's Care Bears, and then what are the ones that are other animals?
The lion, and they had like a sheep. I don't remember. I don't remember.
I have to find this out. This be a weird Google search term.
That's going to be in your search history forever.
What are Care Bears that are not bears?
Well, those are just people, Tyler.
It's a picture of humans.
I dare you to do a search for Care Bears NSFW.
What's going on here?
You broke Google.
Maybe, because all my letters are placed very far apart for some reason. There we go.
I refuse to continue to read comments until we have an answer to what Care Bears are not bears.
What are Care Bears that are not bears? Care Bear cousins?
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, the Care Bear cousins are Care Bear characters who are different animals other than bears. They lived in the Forest of Feelings, but in the newer series, they moved to Care-a-Lot. Braveheart Lion, Braveheart Raccoon, Cozy Heart Penguin, Lots of Heart Elephant, Gentle Heart Lamb, Playful Heart Monkey, Proud Heart Cat, Swift Heart Rabbit, Loyal Heart Dog, Treat Heart Pig, Noble Heart Horse.
Can you read the first two to me again, please?
Braveheart Lion and Bright Heart Raccoon.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, how do you think Braveheart Lion felt when the raccoon showed up and was like,
Nah, dog.
I'm Braveheart too. No, I'm cool like you. I'm powerful like a lion. I hang out in garbage cans and I get rabid and walk around during the day.
I've got like human-like hands. People love to see me break into shit.
Aren't these freaky? It's like I'm some kind of goblin creature. People love me. It's fine. I'm Braveheart.
It's like I have a mask. It's like I'm a real thief.
Care
Bear Cousins.
Didn't they have their own show? Was it called the Care Bear Cousins?
Instead of the Care Bear stare, they use the cousin call. That sounds.
Yeah.
Being from Kentucky, that's fucking incestuous as hell.
Do you think that's a domain?
Now we call it Craigslist.
It's called the cousin.
I got a boner. Get on the cousin call.
Do you think the cousincall.org is taken?
It needs to be.
The last comment, Tyler, I want to tell you one of the funniest things while searching for comments to use on the show is finding someone who legitimately loves this game and they try to defend the game. And every single time I found one, they destroyed their own argument. Like at the end, every single one without fail, to the point where I was like, this has to be some kind of like internet conspiracy or some podcast was like, okay, guys, here's what I need all the listeners to do. Go find a video of gameplay for Home Improvement on YouTube. Pretend like you like it, but then at the end, fuck up your argument completely. And they're like, yeah, we'll do it. So
tell us something Howard Stern would do. Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. Here is the final YouTube comment. It's a good game. People only dislike it because it's based off a show. Gameplay and controls are solid in my book, but I will not deny it is very, very stupid.
It's a good game. It's just stupid.
That's all the comments I got. I do have one more thing if we have time. It looked like you were about to say something.
The first time the cousin call was attempted.
Get off it, man.
The cousins all made animal sounds in an attempt to aid the Care Bears. But because they did not have belly badges, it had no effect.
They got snubbed. The Care Bears were like, nah, dog. We don't need your Braveheart raccoon shit. We saw your creepy little hands.
You're like the Sneetches that don't have star bellies. Get the fuck out of here. You're not even bears.
Tyler.
Cozy Heart Penguin is the only member of the Care Bears family who is not a mammal.
Who is? Cozy Heart?
Cozy Heart Penguin.
Oh, he's a penguin. Mm-hmm. Lay another one on me. What other facts you got?
All the Care cousins received a redesign in the 2003 relaunch of the toys, except Noble Heart Horse and Treat Heart Pig.
They didn't get redesigned, or they were not re-released?
They didn't get redesigned. Treat Heart Pig is a female.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty much all I got. Now I'm out. Now that you want them, I'm out.
Those are your facts, huh? Treat Heart Pig. You heard it here first.
Yep.
Female. Is there a trans cousin?
I hope so.
Is there like a frog from Jurassic Park or something?
Oh, it says here that Gentle Heart Lamb is female, but described as male by American Greetings and is never canon treated as male.
There we go.
So
there we go. There's our trans cousin.
Gentle Heart Lamb.
That should be the name of our next podcast where we talk about Tim Allen. There's our trans cousin. It's a little bit of a non sequitur. It's fine.
It's clickbait.
Tyler, I have a question for you. The developer of this game, Imagineering Inc., where do you think they are now? The little segment we like to call, where are they now?
Imagineering Inc.
They developed this game.
Oh, I'm gonna guess that they're bankrupt. I'm not gonna assume that they were bought up. I'm gonna guess they went bankrupt.
You sure they didn't get bought by Activision?
Maybe. Maybe they got bought by Activision.
I mean, I'm just saying. Chances are they probably were.
They make pachinko machines.
Okay, all right. It's one or the other. I honestly don't know the answer to this yet, so I'm going to find out for you. Imagineering Inc., Tyler, at the time of this recording, stall. They ceased to exist. In 1995.
They didn't declare bankruptcy. They just vanished from reality.
Tyler, can you tell me the last two games developed by Imagineering? By Imagineering.
I'm gonna say something shitty for the PlayStation. Maybe like a Mary Kate and Ashley game for the PlayStation.
What game do you think could possibly kill a company? If there was a game that could kill a company entirely, what game might that be?
Fuck, I don't know.
Home Improvement.
All right.
And here's the second one, which obviously we have to play. We obviously have to play it. Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors.
Oh, man.
That's a Super Nintendo game, apparently.
I mean, I knew there was a Penn and Teller game. That's what Desert Bus is on. Desert Bus is that where you have to in real time drive between like Las Vegas and Los Angeles or something like that.
I don't even see. Let me see if I can find a link to.
So I know the Penn and Teller game didn't get released, but it was finished and then didn't get released until like an emulator or whatever came out on it later.
Dude, you're gonna love this. Mm-hmm. Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors. Guess what platform? Sega CD.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Sega CD. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay, cool. Here's some other games that they developed. They developed a lot of games for the publisher Absolute Entertainment. A Boy and His Blob, Trouble in Bloblonia. They developed, which I wouldn't have expected. But there's some others in here. I didn't even know that Double Dragon was ported to the Atari 2600 and 7800, but they did that.
Oof.
They did Ikari Warriors. That's kind of a famous one.
Famously bad.
They did Ghostbusters 2 for the NES. Lots of really good games like The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants, The Simpsons, Bart versus the World, Bart Simpson's Escape from Camp Deadly on Game Boy. All of these games I played as a child. All of these games awful. The best out of them is somehow the Game Boy game. They did Family Feud for the NES. This is Kismet, man. We just talked about Family Feud. We gotta do every game that Al is in on the Super Nintendo. They also did Jeopardy. They did Home Alone on the SNES, another classic. They did Bartman meets Radioactive Man. They are responsible for just crushing so many of my weekends.
Oh man.
A game called Ghoul School, which I've never heard of, but must play now. And Tyler, you might remember this. Family Dog. Oh yeah. Family Dog.
Yeah, because I brought that up.
I know.
I'm looking over the list of Super Nintendo games, like, what the fuck is Family Dog? Click on it. Oh, that show that lasted one season that I vaguely remember from my childhood. Okay.
So, if we ever need to reach into a big old bag full of shitty games,
and we will.
Imagineering. Looks like we could play through their whole catalog.
God.
Yep. Okay. Cool. That's all I got, man.
That's all I got too. So thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and for now, SoundCloud.
Right.
So don't miss the next episode.
Until they go all Imagineering on us.
What do we want to do next week?
Okay,
Any
so
idea?
I do have some ideas.
Okay.
I don't want to get people's hopes up. We haven't played many Genesis games, and I don't know if and / when we're going to do a Genesis list. But there's some I have been wanting to play Streets of Rage or a Streets of Rage game for a very long time. I don't care which one it is. Maybe Streets of Rage 2, Electric Boogaloo. Are you down for this?
Brandon had one of them. I remember playing a lot. Yeah, I'll play whatever.
Do you want to save it for the next time Brandon can record?
No.
Okay. All right. So Streets of Rage, Streets of Rage 2, are you okay with that?
Is that what you want to do? Okay.
Yeah, ever since we did Final Fight, which has been a very long time ago, I have wanted to do a Streets of Rage game.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll do Streets of Rage 2.
We'll do Streets of Rage 2.
And then we'll figure out what we're doing on the next.
Family Dog.
Family Dog, of course. Family Dog is going to be the new Home Improvement. Now every time you suggest a game,
Family Dog?
Family Dog?
Shit, I don't know what I want to do. What do you want? Family Dog. Family Dog Day. ASCII drawings of Family Dog.
Fantastic.
So please, if you enjoyed all of this, even if you didn't, we would still like your support if you hate us. So please go to iTunes, subscribe, give the show a 5-star rating, write a review. If there's a game you want us to play, guest host you want for a certain episode, a Patreon request, whatever that is, leave that in your review, and we promise we will get to that eventually.
Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about, it looks like, Streets of Rage 2. In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. You can find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. Lots of people there doing a lot of cool shit. Hey, we're recording this the same night we recorded Skyblazer, but I'm sure a lot of people commented on Skyblazer. Thank you for doing that.
Yep.
You can find us on Twitter.
We're just assuming. We'll be asking a lot of people to make comments tomorrow. Before Wednesday, don't make it look like idiots. Please go comment.
Thank you in advance for letting us know whether you say one up, extra man, extra life.
Extra guy, extra man,
guy.
extra person.
I don't even remember what episode we mentioned that on. Probably this one.
Superfluous individual. One person says that.
You can also find us on Twitter. We are at @tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. But hey, thank you to everybody who retweets us. We do appreciate it. I do feel like it makes a difference. So thank you very much. You can also find us on Patreon. We've got a Patreon. If you enjoyed this episode, if you feel like we pitched some good movies today where Tim Allen assumes the role of a pop character, then feel free to donate. We really would appreciate it. A lot of people are doing it already. Thank you very much. You can find us at patreon.com/tadpog. I want to thank Soul Sister Yarn Sorceress Chandra for upping her pledge. We do appreciate it.
How many episodes of Home Improvement do you think Randy Taylor was not on?
That he was not.
It ran for 203 episodes.
He was probably not on 2 episodes.
He is missing in 23 episodes.
That's a lot.
I remember he started doing movies early on, and he dropped out.
That makes sense.
Yep. Taron Noah Smith, who played Mark Taylor, that's when he finally got some stage time when JTT moved on.
How many episodes was he in?
All 203.
Damn, he had that Kramer clause.
Yep.
Did you hear about? You know how like Michael Richards was on Seinfeld, right?
No.
He was supposed to be like just kind of like a Newman-esque character where he would show up every now and then, but he was like, "Oh no, I'm going to be on every episode."
Nice.
And they were like, I don't know why they said yeah, but they were like, yeah, okay, fine. That's why in episodes where it doesn't make sense, like he's in New York while everyone else is somewhere else, they have a scene where it's like they call him or something. Because like, apparently it was in his contract that he was going to be in every fucking episode.
I mean, that works.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Richards is kind of a shithead,
Sure.
but like, Kramer was pretty essential.
Yeah, I think Kramer
so
was
to the balance.
definitely needed on that show. Yeah, that would have been, I feel like Seinfeld would have been really, I think Seinfeld kind of would have been unbearable without Kramer at certain points.
You needed that kind of
You need a goofy guy.
To break the reality and that would have happened. Yeah, you're right.
It's the same reason, it's honestly the same reason Always Sunny needs Charlie.
Yeah.
Because Always Sunny without Charlie would be a fucking shit show.
God, the Dennis and Dee show would be like, that'd be hard to watch. But I totally derailed you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't even know what I was talking about. Patreon or something. Tadpog or patreon.com/tadpog. Hey, you want to call us? Leave us a voicemail. Do so, please, at 270-883-2555. You can leave a voicemail or a text message. If you text us, I promise that I will fuck it up. Lastly, you can mail things to us. We have a friend. Her name is Nicole. She has a box that is ever aching. And if you would like to fill it with random things, you can do so by mailing it to
Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.L. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
And if you could do me a solid, consider this a personal favor, listener, that I'm asking you. If you could spell her name with in the care of Nicole Nance, if you could spell it Nichole, Nick Hole.
Maybe capitalize the H.
Yes, if you could put a little space between the Nick and the hole, man,
throw some Spanish on that word.
I would really, really appreciate it because she hates it. She hates it, and
she won't hear this.
She won't hear it.
Asking for it.
She won't heir it, and I love hearing her reaction to it.
Yeah, she is an angry group message.
So yes, that's my only request. Send whatever you want, as long as it's not gonna get me pulled over and in trouble. Yep, that's about right.
It's Monday.
Yeah. Thanks, Garfield.
Our theme song is
It's
Moves by Sycamore Drive.
Sycamore
That
Drive.
track can be found in the show notes at
Tadpog.com.
tadpog.com. How would you have to close this out?
I mean, we have to close it out as Tim Taylor.
All right.
I mean, right? We have to.
So until next time, tropical.
Hey, I didn't get to mention all the fucking things like in Home Improvement. Do you remember like in between scenes they'd have these like ridiculous like cartoon CGI hammers and shit like going across?
The screen wipes were all like tool related, or where it would shatter the screen with there.
This is no joke. When I was a kid watching it, I started watching Home Improvement because my parents loved it. And it was one of those things where I remember watching it and being like, I don't think this is very funny, but I do like those cartoon tools. Bring on the cartoon tools.
Aw. Can I sing that song?
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
David the Gnome. I love that cartoon.
I don't
It's
think
great.
that's not how I remember
Yes,
it.
it is.
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't go, David the Gnome.
David the Gnome.
Can I sing that song? Oh shit! He said I can sing it.